Okay, go enjoy. Hi, everybody. I believe I am live. So, as you know, I have to go here so I can see your comments. There we go. Good morning, Tammy. How are you? Nice to see you. June the 8th. Hi. How has your week been so far? Let's pull a card for this coming week. I think that's a great idea. Can you hear me? I think you should be able to hear me. This coming week, we have the eclipse on Thursday. That's all the treats there are, little one. No more treats. Okay, this is the card for this week. Gentle. We not only need to be, oh, good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. So the card for this week is to be gentle. To approach everything with gentleness. So it's kind of hard to do that when we're driving and somebody cuts us off. It's so easy to get annoyed. This is just an example, of course, to get angry, to get frustrated. But if we just pause for 1 second and say, how do I want to feel in this moment? Can I take charge of how I want to feel rather than allow someone else's actions to take charge of how I should feel in this moment in time? So if it's just a matter of pausing, something happens, can we pause? And then sometimes we have that jerk reaction of, oh, I'm angry or I'm frustrated. And then a deeper part of us reminds us, pause. And we can do that at that moment, and we can still be gentle with ourselves. Oh, gee, look at that. I became impatient. I got angry, and that's okay because now I just remembered I need to be gentle with myself. So that is the card for this week. This is how we are to be. And if you would like if you have particular questions to, who would like answers to, I'll be happy to answer them. And I wanted to talk about, I'm not quite sure if you got who got my blog this week, which went out yesterday. It was about being in the moment and all the different things that happen in the moment. It's not always what happened to me in that moment when I'm in the moment, but possibilities are vast of what can happen when we are in the moment, when we truly let go of everything and are present. It's a beautiful experience. And also the meditation, I had, I believe, like a 10-minute meditation, 11-minute meditation attached, free meditation attached to the blog to help you connect to the moment. When we are in the moment, Oh, before we do that, Tammy would like a card for housing. Okay, let's see. I might pull a few cards for you because I can. So the angel cards, during virtue of angel cards, are calling me, and I've already shuffled them, Tammy. Let's start with that. This compassion for your housing. Archangel Zadkiel, also call on him to help you. Soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. Okay, Tammy, let's pull another card. Tammy, do you have a lot of, I feel there's a lot of tension and frustration with the housing situation. And if I'm wrong, let me know. Okay. Kindness. So it seems like there is a theme here happening with gentleness, compassion, kindness. The energy of kindness reminds you to be considerate and wise in your interaction with others and yourself, and to find the root of your love through your connection to source. Yikes. Yes. Tammy says 30-day notice to vacate, end of this month. So that's why I feel there is a lot of, I felt tension there. I don't know if you're in California or not, but usually they have to give you 2 months notice if they're asking you to vacate. So you need to look at your, you need to look at the rental laws in your state to see if they are allowed to vacate you. Arizona, only 30 days. My goodness. And if you could trust that this is the best thing for you to do, is to move out of there. It reminds me of a place, a city, a state, a country is the right place to be until it isn't anymore. And so if you were to trust that this is the best thing to do, even though there's going to be craziness, even though you're going to have to pack and rush, but if you change your point of view and say, I cannot wait to find the right place with the right vibration for me and for my family, then suddenly you will still have the rush feeling that you're still packing away, uh, but at least you'll be looking at it in a different way. So I'm going to pull one more card for you. Abundance. Here you go. And do you have anybody that you can ask to come help you? Okay, so the house you feel is the right, home, good energy, but the landlord isn't. That means if the landlord doesn't want you and the landlord is connected to the house, so energetically at some point it won't work. And you probably should have moved a while back, but trust me, I know what it means to not want to do something because, things are okay. They're not the best, but they're okay. So I totally get it. But I'm really excited for you to find a place where you will be wanted, both by the house and the landlord. They would be happy to have you. Oh, yeah. And it's the best time to sell right now. The market is really, really hot. So you can't blame them for wanting to sell. And they probably, whatever. We need to focus on you and finding you the right place, abundance. There is the right place for you. I feel like there is 2, 3 of them that you'll be able to, so it's not just one, like 100 homes and just one's the right one. There's 2, 3 of them that are the right one for you. Think of what makes you feel comfortable, like drinking tea or drinking coffee or meditating. When are you at peace? And create that abundance and then sit down and look for your home. Rent or buy. So I'm getting a no to buy. Uh, First of all, you're going to feel very rushed if you were to look for homes to buy right now, because you have to pack, and there's no, the escrow usually doesn't happen that fast. So you don't want to put yourself under any more duress right now. If you have the option of buying, I would find a short-term rent if you can, lease if you can do that. And then you don't have to unpack everything. You can only unpack what you need. And at least you have a roof over your head, you've moved, and then you can start looking to buy. So once you move and you're relaxed, that you have a roof over your head, month to month rental or 6 months lease, then it's a good time to look to buy. That's what I am getting right now. I hope that helps you. Okay, good. And if there's anybody else that would like a card, let me know. So we can, in a matter of seconds, go back into our past. All we need to do is think about it and we are there. That is actually called time travel as well, right? Because you can feel if it was a happy moment, if it was a fun moment. Like I do have a memory of when I was about 1 years old. Remember those days? I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember those days, but they would put the diaper on you, the cloth diaper, and then they would put like a underwear that in the back it had the fluffy things, and then they put a dress on you, so your the underwear would show, your diaper would be in the underwear. So it was just cute instead of walking around with your diaper on. I remember wearing those, and it was my cousin and I was probably, I don't know, a year 2 months, and my cousin was young. And I remember she was learning to walk and she would fall on her behind, and all the my mom, her mom, all the aunts, grandparents were standing there watching. So I would copy her. I'm 2-3 months older than her, so we would do that together, and we would fall on our behind, and everybody would laugh. So that's, I can go there. I can see everybody's faces. I can feel myself laughing. I remember my cousin walking. That is called time travel. And then we also do the same thing with uh, time traveling to a past moment that is not so very good. So um, something that happened to us that we're not happy with, that it upset us, it maybe even brought, it was a moment where trauma was created, and we get to live that moment over again and over again, and we feel how we used to feel. So our body doesn't know that we are not there at that time. Our body thinks that we are reliving that trauma. And you, if you pay attention to your body at that moment when you're thinking of your past trauma, of your past hurt situation, you will feel that your body is tensing up. So that is also time travel, but in a bad moment in time. So let's put all of that aside, and then we can time travel to the future, right? Sometimes it's imaginary thinking of, I occasionally do this. If I win the 200 million or whatever it is, tell me none of you don't do it, and I won't believe you. uh, I'll help this person, I'll help that person, I'll pay this person's mortgage off, and I'll buy this person a home, and I'll buy this person a car. So that is also time travel. Of course, it could happen, right? But it's the feeling. How does your body feel? When you're thinking of something in the future that's going to be wonderful, how does your body feel right now compared to if you were to think about the past, something traumatic? How does your body feel? So again, our body doesn't know if it's the past or the future. It only is aware of the feeling it is feeling right now. So let's bank all of that aside for a moment and think about this moment in time. What happens when you are in this moment, not in the past, not in the future, but right here, right now? And with my meditation, you'll be able to, it constantly reminds you to breathe and bring your attention back to your body. Let everything go. And what happens when you listen to the meditation and when you bring your attention back in this moment, you get to realize nothing in the past can affect you right now unless you allow it to. And nothing in the future hasn't happened yet if we believe that time is as it is. There's a past, there's a present, and there's a future. When you just stay in this moment and you're breathing into your body, nothing matters except for this moment in time. No stress, no anxiety, no thoughts of fear, no thoughts of what will happen to me in the future. And just to practice that a few moments during a day changes your whole attitude. It brings so much peace and calm. And you will find that you really like it. You will find that being in the present moment is so beautiful, so calming, so peaceful that you're going to want to do it over and over again. Now, in the meditation, I also help you ground to Mother Earth by sending your energy down to Mother Earth and bringing it back up to you, connecting you to Mother Earth. And it is so important because when we are grounded, a tree is grounded, right? A mountain is grounded, right? The wind may come, but the mountain is still standing. When we are grounded, we get to stay in the present moment. And actually, when we're not thinking about anything, the past, the future, no traumas, when we, in that moment, we drop our stories, right? It's our stories that keep eating us away. When you drop your stories, you allow your own inner wisdom to come through and to give you guidance on what you're supposed to do next for your highest good. Because we all have it right here. We are a part of this universe. It's not like the universe is out there someplace and there we are. It's not like Mother Earth is someplace and there we are. We are a part of Mother Earth. What will happen if we don't breathe the air Mother Earth gives us, or if we don't eat the food Mother Earth gives us, right? The vegetables come, everything, fruits come from Mother Earth. If we don't consume these things, we won't be, our body, our physical body won't be alive. So we are a part of everything. You are a part of everything, which means you have the wisdom of it all in you. And what you can do to connect to that wisdom is to let go of it all and be in the present moment. Different informations will come and go. Like I shared in my blog, that I thought, because I could hear the wind going through the leaves, and that always reminds me of when I was a child in Iran and we would go to my grandparents' house, and we would all the second floor, there's a huge room and we would all sleep on the ground, but there's lots of mattresses and blankets and everything. There's a whole bunch of cousins, and I would stay up and listen to the wind go through the trees, and it was just so calming to me. And it takes me back to that moment in time, in those days. And I thought it was just for me to connect to that time. But it wasn't that. It was actually just the peace of hearing the breeze and the wind go through the leaves, go through the trees. And it brought back past lives. It brought back 2 past life memories of being in a very peaceful moment. I would actually take my breath away. I had to constantly remind myself, breathe, breathe. And then I would go into a memory and I was like, breathe, breathe. I really, really would love for you to experience that. I really would love for you to just sitting quiet and open sacred space if you like. If you need the words to open sacred space, I'll be happy to send it to you. put a candle on, put beautiful music on, and try to just be in the moment. Or listen to the meditation. If you sign up for my blogs, you get a link to a meditation, which is a different meditation. But if you wanted this meditation that got out yesterday, that one, you can still sign up for it and get it, because that blog will go out a second time tomorrow or the next day for the people that did not get the opportunity to open it so far. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend you trying just letting everything go and being in the moment. Now, this Thursday, I mentioned it at the beginning, it is the eclipse. It is a wonderful time to release. So how do we release? You write down everything you want to let go of. You're tired of feeling guilty. You're tired of feeling shame. You're tired of feeling you're on the treadmill and you're not getting anywhere no matter what you're doing. You have, you're in a relationship, but it's not the ideal relationship. It's not what you dreamed of. Or maybe you never thought about what your ideal relationship would be, and it's a perfect time to think about it. Whatever it is, I have anger issues, I want to release them. I have this, I want to let it go. I'm impatient, which is also an underscore of hidden anger. And usually people who are angry, not all of them, of course, because there are many people that express their anger, but some of it is because they don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to say, this is what I need. This is what I want. Maybe because they never learned how to, maybe because they were never allowed to. So whatever it is that you want to release, time of eclipse is a wonderful time to do so. It's an amazing time. Write them down. Be honest and clear with yourself of why you want to release it. Write down how your life will change if you did release it, whatever it is. If you did have what you needed, how would your life change? Because that is very important, because it brings about an image, a vision of what can be, rather than just saying, okay, the eclipse is Thursday, I don't want to be angry anymore, thank you very much, I'm done. I said it during the eclipse. Or I sat down, I put the candle on, and I opened sacred space, and I said, I don't want to be angry anymore, I don't want to be alone anymore, and I don't want to feel lonely or whatever, and be done with it. No. Write down, how will your life change? What would it look like if you had a partner, if you had the kind of partner you wanted? You bring that into your visualization, bring that into your life. Because when you have a clear image of where you want to go, it's easier to get there than when you have a vague vision. Let's pull another card. And I don't know if there's anybody else out there that would like a card. I can see that you can see my fan here, my ultra red light. Let's pull another card. Let's pull a card. I'm going to use the other cards, and I'm going to ask about, because as I mentioned the last few times, there's a huge download, energetic download happening right now through the 10th. So 2 more days. So maybe during this time, you've had some clarity on things, some questions you've had that have been lingering, you're finding the answers to. So let's talk about that. And being in the moment actually will allow, when you put everything aside and you're in the moment, you're opening your energy field up. Of course, that's how wisdom comes through. That's how the downloads will also come through. So for the next 2 days until the downloads. Okay. The I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't. How interesting. I had never seen that word before. But the good thing about that is it says danger, insecurity, overwhelm, unpredictability, hazardous conditions, dark emotions, facing fear, courage. And there is the flow of like a waterfall, but it's in the nighttime, right? The waterfall. So being aware of what is obstructing us from moving forward. It is our fears, right? It is the dark emotions that we don't want to face. It is feeling that there is a monster inside. But what if we have courage and we hug the monster? We love that monster. Hug that monster and tell it you love it, because that monster is a part of you. But so's love, so's light. And what we aim for is for love and light to lead the way. And so we need to be examples of that. And how can we really be love and light if there is a part of us that we cannot stand? So face it, hug it, love it. And if you need help with that, I am here for one-on-one sessions. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I hope you will all have a wonderful week. I hope that you will practice being in the moment as often as you can, especially from now through the 10th. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.